there, hi, it's Heidi with Your Mom Tries, and in today's try, we try succulents. So let's roll the intro and hop onto it. I became really interested in plants just a few years ago. Succulents are amazing. I love the way they look. I love how kind of plump and juicy they look. They're supposed to be pretty easy. I've not found that because I'm not pretty regular at any of my watering schedules. And so I've killed quite a few succulents. But in this try, I show you some of my propagated succulents. I'm so proud of those little babies. I'm excited to get those in with some other succulents that I bought. I love all things fairy garden. I love all things tiny and miniature. So succulents can really lend themselves to a really cute small design. And so that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna take you to a store where I love to buy my succulents and other plants. And I'm gonna take you through what it's like to try to arrange a little succulent design, a little scene, a little miniature fairy garden, if you would. I've never done that before. I've only ever maybe repotted some succulents, but actually trying to lay them out and make a cute little design, that's new for me. And propagating succulents is fairly new for me, so we're gonna try that as well. A few months ago, I started the propagation, and about a month in, I saw that new growth. So cute. All right, next we go to a store. My favorite local store is Cactus and Topicals. They have amazing selection of indoor plants from succulents, cactus, ferns, and other bonsai, and amazing other houseplants and pots and supplies and decorations. So Cactus and Topicals, you are a 10 out of 10 in my book. Okay, I'm gonna walk you through the store a little bit. This is the Draper location. I had never been to it before, so it was a new try for me. They had some ready-made succulent designs that are absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. And of course, a lot of cacti. And here are the succulents. These ones are called String of Pearls, and they are one of my favorite succulents. I've been eyeing these for a while. I'm not sure what they are. If anybody knows, please drop it down in the comments about what species, what kind. What are these? What are these? And then around the side, they had these cute 2-inch, really cheap. I think they're $2.99 to $4.99 individual succulents you could buy. And I was real tempted to get all of them, but I settled on this one right here. Okay, let's look around the store a little bit more. This particular location does weddings. I mean, can you imagine throwing an event here at all? Amazing. Time to check out. I went to the dollar store and I fell in love with this garden decoration of this little watering can. I'm pretty notorious for turning things into pots for my plants. So that's exactly what I did. I took some heavy duty bolt cutters, wire cutters, and then used my needle nose pliers to tear it off, leaving a couple holes. Great. I needed drainage holes. I took a screwdriver and smoothed out the holes a little bit and then made an additional hole. Okay, next I add some soil to my little water container here. I use a cactus and succulent blend. This one was really dry and dusty, as you can tell. I wanted to use these String of Pearl succulents to flow out of the water can, I guess you could say. So I had to very gently take them apart, find where their roots were, inspect them, see if they were really good and healthy, which they were. Super excited for that. So I'm just making some space for the roots here and trying to tuck them in and fill up this little container. For the String of Pearls, I did have to be really careful in trying to separate the different strands, if you were. I tried to be as careful as I could, but I did lose some of the, I don't know, little round bits, the pearls, I guess, and I saved them so I could propagate them later. I also used this little stick to kind of gently push the roots down into the soil. I thought it was really helpful. Who knows? This is all a try for me, so hopefully those roots will take. And here is the final product. Okay, this next project is my absolute new favorite. Again, I love these little succulents. I am not sure what they are. No, it doesn't say on the label. But again, I gently tried to remove them. I did talk to the Cactus and Tropical worker there too. There looked like there was one in the middle that got overwatered and had started rotting, but actually had started propagating itself. So I made sure to keep any of the little leaves that looked good and healthy to propagate and make more of this cute plant. Next, I show you some of the accessories I had around the house, crystals, little polymer mushrooms I had made, and a little gnome. I bought this low-profile rectangle container at Cactus and Topicals, and I plan to use that other succulent and these baby succulents I propagated since last September. My thought with this was maybe like create a back layer like that looked like trees. So I used my favorite taller succulents in the back and then was trying to figure out what to do in front, but figured it looked a little too grid-like and I wanted it a little bit more flowy. I took a lot of my inspiration from Lara from Garden Answer, YouTube and Instagram. Absolutely love the content she puts out there, and the advice for all types of plants is really helpful. Just go follow her. She's amazing. To add extra drama, I definitely wanted to use up the rest of my string of pearl succulents here at the edge. I love it when these overflow. I'm trying not to take offense that little one just yeeted himself right out of my design. Don't worry, I grab him, put him back in. Time to add more soil, backfill it, make sure that they're really in there nice and good, and top it off. Just trying to get that little gate that I got from the Dollar Tree in there and settled. I eventually later decide, let's put it up on the edge. You'll see in front by the string of pearl, I did end up using one of my little dowel sticks to just kind of hold some of the roots and plant in place. I also got this wood bridge looking thing at the Dollar Tree. Absolutely loved their fairy stuff this year. Next, I decided to add some of my own propagated babies into the mix here. Next, you'll see me get out the gate again. I got some E6000 glue and a glue gun for like fast working glue, and decided to glue the gate there up on the edge of the succulent container. It was just plastic, so I'm not too worried about it. I have no idea if it works, but I like the glue gun for like fast acting, but then the E6000 is a little bit stronger, so I used them both. I wanted the path to be really contrasting, so I added in these, what are they? Oh, they're pumice stones, white pumice stones, to the top there so that it would really contrast with the little path that's there. And then I added the polymer mushrooms I had made earlier and decided where Mr. Gnome would go, and I think it looks amazing. I watered it just a little bit to kind of let it all sink down. This next one I think is my most creative. I took a tire off of a thrifted truck I bought and then cut out from the bottom of one of the little succulent pots we had just a little bit of plastic. It had drainage holes. I put a piece of bark at the bottom and then added my favorite cactus and succulent soil to the top. And I'm just plucking out the baby succulents to transfer over into what's gonna look like a miniature planter box that somebody has made out of an old tire. And I love it. I love this design. I had to be really careful with the propagated babies. And again, the little dowel stick came in handy for kind of gently pushing the roots down and filling in the space. Ba-bam, new angle for you. So in this video, I'm showing you some of my propagation. So I took a plastic saucer, put a couple drainage holes in the bottom of it, again, filled it with the cactus and succulent mix, well draining soil, and I'm adding any of the leaves that had fallen off previously, that like had already sprouted roots or sprouted new growth. They want to be in dirt faster than my other ones, and I'm going to show you in a second what I do with those. So yeah, I'm just taking any of the ones that want to be in soil and putting them, arranging them here. Okay, next I took the leaves that needed a couple days before putting them into the soil. So if they were freshly taken off of the plant, they want to callus the ends up before you get them wet. So a lot of people will leave them out to like air dry for a little bit. So as you can see, I have a ton. As I was playing with the succulents, I did break a couple, so I needed to take the leaves gently off of them and propagate them. So that's what I'm showing how to do here. So off of the stalk, I just gently rock the leaf back and forth. Hopefully a little bit of the stalk comes with it, just like a little tail. I find a little bit more success with the propagation if it has that tail. Okay, get ready for the final looks in 3, 2, 1. Ah, so cute. I can't wait for more of it to grow and just be more cascading string of pearls. And here's the scene that I did. I hope the fairies find it very welcoming. I'll definitely have to make some more polymer little miniature things to go in here, but awesome finds at the Dollar Tree to make this really come alive. Okay, and here's the final arrangement, the one with the tire. I love this one. Succulents grow really slow, so I'm hoping these don't grow out of this too quickly, but love it nonetheless. All right, thanks for coming along this try with me where I try succulents. I hope this inspires you to try maybe some fairy gardens or succulent designs or keeping a house succulent or a plant for you. And remember, all tries are good tries. Thanks for watching.